The Covenant spent decades trying to wipe humanity from the galaxy. Now, they finally found Earth. But as humanity fights for survival, something begins to fracture inside the Covenant itself. One of their greatest warriors is about to discover the empire he's willing to die for is built on a lie.
Turn, heretic. Arbiter, I would rather die by your hand than let the prophets lead me to slaughter.
Our story begins shortly after the destruction of the first Halo. Master Chief has returned to Earth, where he and Sergeant Johnson are honored for their actions on Installation 4, while Commander Miranda Keyes accepts a medal on behalf of her tragically fallen father, Captain Jacob Keyes. But while Chief is being celebrated, the Covenant commander who failed to protect Halo faces a very different fate. Thel 'Vadamee commanded the fleet surrounding the ring when Chief destroyed it. To the Covenant, losing one of their sacred installations isn't just failure, it's heresy.
You were right to focus your attention on the Flood. But this demon, this Master Chief...
By the time I learned the demon's intent, there was nothing I could do.
Thel is stripped of his rank, branded with the mark of shame, and sentenced to die. But the prophets offer him one final chance at redemption. He will become the Arbiter, a warrior sent on missions so dangerous he's rarely expected to survive. And Thel accepts because even now, he still believes in the Covenant and their quote-unquote great journey. Back at Earth, a Covenant fleet led by the Prophet of Regret attacks the planet orbital defenses. Chief finds a bomb aboard Cairo Station and decides to drop one of the coldest lines in gaming history.
Sir, permission to leave the station.
For what purpose, Master Chief?
To give the Covenant back their bomb.
Permission granted.
He launches himself into space with it and uses the bomb to destroy a Covenant carrier. Chief then joins Miranda aboard the UNSC frigate in amber clad and follows the invasion into New Mombasa. But Regret's fleet is far too small to conquer Earth because he wasn't looking for humanity at all. Regret had come searching for an ancient Forerunner gateway buried on the planet, with no idea the world hiding it was humanity's homeworld.
We regret coming to Earth, and we most definitely regret the Corps just blew up our raggedy-ass fleet! Hoorah!
With his small fleet completely outmatched, Regret retreats, jumping into slip space above New Mombasa and devastating the city in the process. Miranda follows him, and on the other side, hanging in the darkness ahead of them, is something humanity hoped never to see again. Another Halo, Installation 5, Delta Halo. Meanwhile, the Arbiter is sent to eliminate a group of Covenant heretics led by Sessa Refume, who claims the prophets have been lying. When Thel reaches him, he finds Sessa standing beside an Oracle, 343 Guilty Spark, the same monitor Chief encountered on the first Halo. Sessa warns Thel that the prophets are leading the Covenant to ruin, and tells him to ask the Oracle the truth about Halo. Guilty Spark is ready to explain, but before Thel can hear the answer, Sessa attacks. The Arbiter kills him, and Tartarus arrives before Thel can learn anything more. The mission is complete, the heretic is dead, but the doubt he planted survives. Back on Delta Halo, Regret is preparing to activate the ring. The Covenant believes firing Halo will begin the Great Journey, but Chief knows it will kill everything the Flood can consume, so he reaches Regret and kills him before he can activate it. Then the Covenant capital city, High Charity, arrives with an enormous fleet and begins bombarding the temple. Chief dives into the water below, where something massive pulls him beneath the surface. Regret's death also gives the Prophet of Truth the excuse he needs to begin replacing the elite honor guard with brutes. And the Arbiter is given another mission: retrieve Delta Halo's sacred icon. In reality, it's the activation index needed to fire the ring. The Arbiter enters Halo's quarantine zone, fights through the Flood, and reaches the library, where Miranda and Johnson have already recovered the index. Thel takes it from them. Then Tartarus arrives and tells him the truth. The prophets ordered his death. His redemption was a lie. The prophets had simply found a more useful way for him to die. Tartarus takes the index and throws him into the abyss. But Thel survives, and when he wakes, Master Chief is beside him. Both are being held by an enormous Flood intelligence known as the Gravemind. The prophets have just tried to kill the Arbiter, and now the demon he was taught to hate is giving him the answer Sessa died before he could hear. Halo is a weapon, and Thel still refuses to believe it, so the Gravemind promises to show him the truth. The Gravemind needs the ring stopped too, so it sends Chief directly into High Charity and the Arbiter back toward Delta Halo's control room. By the time Chief arrives, the Covenant is tearing itself apart. Truth has replaced the elites with the brutes. The brutes begin massacring their former allies and the elites fight back. An empire held together by faith begins tearing itself apart in the streets. Then the Flood arrives. Gravemind hijacks the Enambered Clad and crashes it directly into High Charity. And suddenly, a civil war becomes a feeding ground. The Flood spreads to the Covenant capital while Truth prepares to escape aboard the Forerunner ship at High Charity Center. When the Prophet of Mercy is attacked by the Flood, Truth simply leaves him behind. Chief finds Mercy dying and learns that Truth is heading back toward Earth, but Cortana realizes someone has to stay behind. If Delta Halo fires, Cortana can detonate the Enambered Clad's reactor and destroy the ring before it can wipe out the galaxy. Chief promises he'll come back for her.
Chief, when you get to Earth, good luck.
After I'm through with Truth.
Don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it.
And leaves Cortana behind in a city being consumed by the Flood. Meanwhile, the Arbiter returns to Delta Halo and finds dead elites everywhere. Vel reunites with the surviving elites and finally turns against the Covenant he once served so fervently. Johnson has survived, and Tartarus has taken Miranda and the Index into Halo's control room. Tartarus needs Miranda because Halo's controls require a human, a so-called reclaimer, to activate the ring. The elites don't trust the humans, and the humans don't trust them either. But if Tartarus fires the ring, none of that matters. So Johnson commandeers the Scarab and helps the Arbiter break through the brute defenses. Inside, Tartarus prepares to activate Halo, but Arbiter doesn't immediately attack him. He tries to make him understand, to reason with him, and finally, the Oracle gives Stel the answer he spent the entire story running from. The Great Journey was never a heavenly ascension, it was extinction. The Forerunners fired the rings to starve the Flood, sacrificing themselves along with the life they were trying to protect. There is no great journey, but Tartarus refuses to believe him. His faith matters more than the truth standing in front of him, so he forces Miranda to activate the ring. The Arbiter and the surviving elites attack. With Johnson's help, Vel kills Tartarus, and Miranda removes the Index before Halo can fire, but stopping it triggers something else. The shutdown puts the other 5 remaining Halo rings into standby, and all 6 can now be activated remotely from somewhere called the Ark. Back at Earth, Truth's Forerunner ship approaches the planet. Admiral Hood receives a transmission from Master Chief aboard the enemy vessel, and he asks Chief,
You mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
Sir, finishing this fight.
Thank you for watching my Halo 2 Anniversary Story recap. If you enjoyed, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. You can also watch my Halo Reach, Halo Campaign Evolved, and Halo 3 story recaps right here if you click on the screen right now. If you enjoyed my content, I hope to see you in the comments below, and I'll see you in other upcoming videos soon.